morning. If last year I planted a bunch of tomatoes, I think I planted 24 tomatoes in the dry garden, which means that they did not get watered except what came out of the sky. I watered them when they were planted, and other than that, I left them completely alone. Very few of them, I believe 5 plants, produced something. If they produced even one fruit, I kept the seeds. Now this year, I am taking those seeds and planting them. I've got several other varieties in here as well, but primarily it is the descendants of last year's dry garden tomatoes. It's very, I want everything to be drought tolerant, and so I am testing them in the dry garden to see if they can survive there. And if they can survive and fruit under those conditions, heavy clay loam, heavy clay soil, basically. There's a little bit of loam over the top, but heavy clay loam, no water, basically from planting to harvest, and still produce. I want those genetics. I want that strength. And so last year I planted in the dry garden, and anything that actually fruited, I took seeds from. Many of these are descended, get this out of the way. Many of these are descended from the dry garden from last year. But I wanted to show you something interesting, and it's something that I see in a number of different, in most of these varieties, in a bunch of these varieties. But I wanted to show you what is going on. These 3 plants are indicative of what I'm seeing. You can see that on the left, there is a very strong tomato. All of these have survived with no bottom heat, watering once a week, and they are planted in, as seedlings, as seeds, they are planted in clay soil. So, not completely clay soil. I think it's like 4-to-1. There's one part potting soil and 4 parts clay. So anyway, that's the conditions that all of these plants have grown in. So you have these 3 plants here. And on this side, you have one that is really thriving. They have not gotten additional light. They have not gotten additional water. Like I said, watering once a week, clay soil, no bottom heat, no special treatment whatsoever. Soil was not sterilized, nothing. So here we have 3 plants, same seeds. These are group 1. Those are the 3 survivors from what I refer to as group 1, which was the first. Oh, there's one more. You can't see it down here. There's a bigger one down here that's also group 1. So there are a total of 4 in group 1. Let me see if I can, I don't know if it will fit, but I want you to be able to see. No, it won't fit. Okay, so there's another larger one from group 1 right here. And so the 4 that have survived from group 1, you can see that this one on the end is thriving. It's got a strong stem, it's got strong leaves, and it is the tallest. The second one, strong stem, strong leaves, medium size. And the last one, they were planted at the same time, treatment exactly the same, but that one is struggling. So I'm seeing that with a lot of these varieties where one seed isn't as strong as the others. And I will probably, when I plant them out, I'll have to make a decision. But I planted out the group number 4 today, and group number 4 had 13 plants. 12 of them were doing very well, different heights, different, like those back there. Some of them are very tall, some of them are very slender, some of them didn't handle the lack of light as easily, but basically they were all strong, except this one. And I kept this one inside the house, and I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm not sure if I want to put it in my breeding population or not. We're going to have to wait and see on that. I'm going to have to make a decision when I plant out. But I'm seeing this same pattern with all of the varieties that I planted, or most of the varieties. I can't say all. Most of the varieties that I planted, they have some distinct differences between the plants. Some of them I assume are hybrids, but some are probably descended from the dry garden, and some of the plants got those strong genetics and some of the plants did not. So I just thought that was very interesting. I'm keeping an eye on that. Probably the next group that I will be planting out is either 3 or 2, because those have the most. 3 has 5 plants remaining. I believe 2 has 6. So those will be the next ones that I'll be planting out, one of those next week. I'm keeping them in groupings so that I can watch the way they grow, because this is absolutely fascinating. I'll talk with you later.